The eye is similar to a camera that captures 30 to 40 images per second. The optic nerves transmit these images to the brain, which analyzes them and makes decisions. Almost 90% of the information necessary to drive is gathered through the eyes. Therein lies the importance of developing good visual habits. A normal field of vision covers approximately 180 degrees. It is divided into two parts, central vision and peripheral vision. Central vision, which has a cone shape and a maximum width of 3 degrees, is the zone of visual acuity. Visual acuity is the ability to distinguish details up close and from afar. Peripheral vision extends to the left and right up to a maximum of 180 degrees for most people. In this area, the eye perceives shapes, motion, contrasts, and colors in a blurry fashion.
That attracts your attention to hazards, and then the central conic vision identifies the details.
The scope of the field of vision and visual acuity diminish as speed increases on account of the vibration and motion of the vehicle. At high speed, tunnel vision occurs. To obtain a driver's license, the applicant must pass a vision test. Contact lenses or eyeglasses can solve some vision problems. A responsible driver will have an eye test every 2 years, or any time that vision becomes blurred or there is trouble focusing. You may have a weak eye or have lost an eye. If so, your depth and motion perception will be affected. You should then center your vision on the road ahead and scan more frequently. You must also learn to judge distances and the speed of other vehicles without the help of three-dimensional vision. Even normal eyesight can sometimes become monocular when the person becomes overtired. This phenomenon is extremely dangerous because the affliction is temporary and you don't know how to adapt to it. Color blindness is another affliction. Colorblind people confuse some colors, especially red and green, with all the potential danger this may entail for the driving task. Good visual techniques will help you anticipate obstacles and foresee dangers. You will thus be able to minimize the risks and maintain a safety zone around your vehicle. Experts have developed a system for safe driving which goes by the acronym SIPDE: Scan, Identify, Predict, Decide, and Execute. Let us take a closer look at each of these elements. You should scan the road and its surroundings constantly. By keeping your eyes moving, you increase your field of vision so that you see everything effectively. Conversely, staring straight ahead reduces your field of vision and can create a hypnotic effect.
That's what happens to me when I watch old reruns on television.
Aim high, far ahead at the center of your lane, 14 to 20 seconds ahead of you, but without staring so as to anticipate obstacles and foresee potential dangers. This will help you center your vehicle in the lane and drive smoothly. Check also to the sides. Scan what is on either side of the road to see the sidewalks, intersections, driveways, road signs, and traffic lights. Keep your eyes moving. Check your inside rear view mirror, then look below the mirror toward the right side of the road and scan toward the left 8 to 10 seconds ahead. Thus, you can see pedestrians, parked vehicles, pavement markings, and oncoming traffic. Glance back to 20 seconds ahead, look at the dashboard and start the scan pattern again. Consequently, you will have a complete picture of your environment. Be ready to modify this sequence if necessary. For example, when approaching an intersection, look as far as possible to either side so that you can see approaching vehicles and other road users. Or if there is a danger on your right, glance quickly toward the left, ahead, behind, and check your left blind spot to foresee a way out. Conversely, if the hazard is on the left, scan toward the right for the same reason. With all the information your eyes scan, there's a danger of information overload. You must use your selective seeing ability to identify the data critical to the driving task, the signs, signals, hazards, etc. that will require a decision to reduce the risk. Remember to identify a blocked line of sight as a danger. What can you do to reduce the risk from the unknown? When moving, you are approaching the identified danger. By glancing far ahead, this hazard is still 10 seconds away from you. You then have time to predict what may happen. Ask yourself, what do I do if? Analyze the situation according to two scenarios. Stage 1, what is most likely to happen? And Stage 2, the worst-case scenario. Examine your escape paths, your outs, the speed of the identified danger in relation to your speed and where the collision may occur. You must expect the unexpected. Be prepared for sudden movements by other road users. Make sure they see you. To attract their attention, do not hesitate to honk the horn, to flash the high beams, or use other means of communication. Once eye-to-eye contact has been established, the risk of a collision has been reduced. You are still 6 to 8 seconds from the identified source of danger. Decide now how to minimize the risk. You've communicated your presence, now adapt to the danger ahead. Two factors are always at your disposal: the position of your vehicle and your speed. By slowing down, you give yourself more time before you reach the danger. The situation may even change in this extra time. The reduced speed will also lower the force of impact should a collision occur. Would a change of lanes or lane position increase the space between you and the danger? Minimize the risk. Decide considering the two scenarios. What would minimize the risk and what to do in the worst-case scenario? You are still 4 to 6 seconds from the danger. Immediately execute the decision. Change your path of travel or your speed, or do both. This reduces the risk of danger. When you brake, time to the hazard has been increased, as well as the space between you and the danger. If the worst-case scenario develops, you still have your Stage 2 decision prepared. You're out.
I think I deserve a salary increase.
Because you've already decided, you have saved the time normally required to reach a decision. Instead, you're ready to act. The SIPDE system will do more than just get you out of tricky situations. It will make for smoother, less stressful driving. You'll make early course corrections and speed adjustments to avoid disruptions, as well as any emergency evasive maneuvers. You will actively control your vehicle in the HTS. Eyes gather up to 90% of the information necessary for driving. Therein lies the importance of developing good visual habits and to have an eye test regularly, or as soon as your sight becomes hazy. The field of vision is divided into two parts, central and peripheral vision. At high speed, the field of vision diminishes and visual acuity is reduced. Monocular vision and color blindness can affect your driving. The SIPDE strategy was developed for safe driving. Constantly scan the road and its surroundings, close to you and far ahead. Also glance at the rearview mirror and dashboard regularly. Identify the pertinent information, such as objects in motion, road signs, or hazards. When facing danger, anticipate what you should do according to two scenarios, the most likely to happen and the worst case. Decide what maneuvers will minimize the risk. Then, without hesitating, execute the maneuver. If the worst-case scenario develops, execute the decision that corresponds to that scenario.